Hmm. I am Maddie, otherwise known as Diamond Fruit. I have put together a cheap cosplay of Player One from Just Dance 2's girlfriend. I can show more of how this came to be, maybe on my TikTok, which you can find at Diamond Fruit 9. The concealer didn't turn out as well as I'd hoped. I am running low. But, yeah, I am very proud of the results. Wanted to do a cosplay on a cheap budget. I did as well as I could. But today a lot has happened since I started writing on the script, including the Night Swan prequel event. We all know what's up. We learned a lot of interesting things. We did learn from Little Steve's lore explanation video that Night Swan and Sarah have something in common. Jack and Wanderlust also has something in common that's connected to their past. And it's kind of obvious what Sarah and Night Swan is at this point. The biggest thing we learned, though, is that Night Swan was once human, and you should have seen the freaking look on my face when I found that out. And but anyway, she was once a human, brought into Danceverse by none other than the Traveler. And in case you missed my video on Enter the Danceverse, he's Wanderlust dad, if that wasn't blatantly obvious. I keep getting fake hair in my eye, and the dang makeup is gonna smudge everywhere, and I'm gonna hate that. I'm trying, people, but it's running low, and they thought this was cute. Yeah, whatever. And they check out the observatory in the Space-Time Hotel. It's really cool. And they look very happy and very much in love at this moment, even though he literally just met like a couple seconds before. But it was here the Traveler made his biggest mistake, teaching her how to make portals. No disrespect to the Traveler and all, but yeah, you're basically doomed to dance versus man. And Nira offers to take her back to Earth, which she refuses. But then Darkest Hour, we see Night Swan's rise to evil, but at the time, we didn't know what happened in between those events. It looks like it takes place quite a few years apart, though. Ends with it zooming out to Night Swan's current look, showing this was all a memory going on in her head or something like that. There isn't a lot that can be deciphered about this one. My biggest question about it was, did this happen before or after Jack's birth? Well, we got the answer to this question in Just Dance 2025 for In Your Eyes, which happens in between. So, kind of got that. We see the Traveler opening a portal to Earth, but little Jack watching him in the background. But this part here let me freaking gasping that he does this move from Locked Out of Heaven and little Jack is copying him. Like, I'll see if I can mash in the video I took when I was first playing that. He's copying it. But it's basically confirmed at this point Jack's dad is indeed the Traveler. He and Wanderlust are half siblings. I freaking knew it! It's right in front of us, people. But the fact that after all that time he was trying to be like his dad, my heart literally cannot take that. I need to fix this choker every 5 seconds. And that would explain why Night Swan looked so frustrated with him when he did that move and Locked Out of Heaven or something like that. Like, she's still judgmental and all that, but that still says a lot. And Night Swan goes to some unknown location in Eternix. My theory was that she and the Traveler have been growing distant over time, and she often opened portals to other locations in the Danceverse, maybe to blow off steam or something like that. Maybe the Traveler wanted to go with her and Jack to Earth, but she's absolutely refusing to ever go back there. That's just me. While dancing, Night Swan, still Lita, is spotted by two figures, one being Lil Mihai, and this shows where their idolization over Night Swan had started, but just Lil Mihai, I can't take it. And this, then the other is Cygnus, the coach for Beggin from the Showdown season event. Here's a little bit about him. Cygnus is from Eternix, the darkest dance verse, born from a shadow of the flow. He's a crazy inventor and the architect behind Night Swan City. He impressed her with his timed space clock tower trap, and which you can see in the dance for Bring Me to Life, so yay, continuity. He comes to the showdown to make up for his wrongdoings and show that he has feelings. He wants to send a message out to his loved one. He's begging to see her again. I knew from watching the gameplay and that we see the Swan Tower in the background more than once. Night Swan had to be his loved one. And just Cygnus must really love torturing coaches for some reason because of the clock tower trap, but good that he's working on himself. She meets Cygnus here and is smitten by him or something. He takes her into some new location, and there is a background for Darkest Hour outside the elevator, so it looked to me like he's taken her to a place of a model of the city for Cygnus, meaning he likely hasn't started building it yet. Wonder how long that will take. Does he have a crew, or is it just him building this entire city? On the wall, it looks like he's showing some kind of prophecy. Night Swan takes over, makes her army of swan soldiers, spreads her evil all across every dance verse. He just seems to quickly accept what she's seeing and changes into the outfit in Darkest Hour, so I like it a lot better with the hair longer, though. And much later, she opens Space-Time Hotel and, opens a portal back there and calls out to Lil Jack, and he's probably all, okay, mommy. Then the traveler is left by himself in confusion. It sucks that he had his kid taken from him, but seriously, he didn't hear any of that going on behind him. Jack is now our only hope for the dance verse. How will he defeat his mother and return his friends to normal? Ever since Wanderlust turned evil, my first thought was, where are Cia Nova and the Traveler during all of this? Hello? They are Wanderlust's parents, and I know that, C has a deity. I don't believe the Traveler is, but, said by the lore master that the reason they didn't appear and enter the dance verses is because it was an independent quest for the sun, and they didn't want to interfere with his battles. Fair enough. But now they turned evil. I was freaking out and said to everyone, they have to intervene now. But we did find out through the lore master and Lil C has video that deities are actually not allowed to interfere with the Night Swan case. I can sort of understand that, but I found that absolutely heartbreaking that Cia Nova likely, she probably knew that her son's been turned evil, turned to the dark side or something, but can't do anything to stop it. And I'm just don't make me cry. As it turns out, the Traveler is indeed very powerful, but he is not a god, so Jack could go to him for help. That's something. If you go to this background that can be unlocked during the Night Swan prequel event, the backgrounds in Darkest Hour is called the Rose Smoked Undergrounds, and the description reads, an unknown I keep forgetting my dang words. An unknown smoke lurks in deserted factories, hiding a well-kept secret. I did wonder, when this originally came out, I did wonder if the well-kept secret was actually Jack. It wouldn't surprise me if Night Swan tried to keep his existence a secret for the first few years of his life, but my theory was, what if Jack was actually born with blue hair like the Traveler? I thought that maybe the rose smoke in that place was actually toxic and made his hair change color and when he was a baby or a toddler. I don't think that is true now. Yeah, probably isn't. But, who knows? But it probably doesn't make sense anymore, but There has to be a reasoning for that. I did wonder maybe the Traveler has like a red streak somewhere that he keeps hitting with his hat. That's something. Another theory I had was like what if after saving the day, like, oh yeah, that's where I expanded on this. What if he takes his hat off and there's like a red streak and Jack is like, oh my gosh, there you are, my father. But in your eyes, like, he sees him as a kid, so he likely remembers him, but who knows? And I keep having to take this off every time I gotta do something. And so maybe that's where he got his hair from, but the Traveler has to be his dad. Like, just, I don't see how it couldn't be anymore. In Treasure, the Jack's alternate version of himself can make multiple clones of himself, and as far as I know, the only other coach that can do that is the Traveler and his OG Dance for Rock Your Body. And if you look at the avatar of young Jack from the Disney season, the description reads, no one's perfect, but mom says we're not trying hard enough. We all remember the point where everyone on social media freaking out and being like, who's we? At first I thought maybe he could just mean the royal we, but it could also be referring to himself and his clones. Even copies of her child aren't good enough in Night Swan's eyes. Can you get the poor boy a break already? I did wonder, since Traveler is actually Jack's father, maybe his power got split in half to both kids. Like, Wanderlust could have inherited his portal-making ability while Jack did not, and Jack got the cloning ability while Wanderlust did not. That's something, ain't it? I said for quite a while that I was really hoping the Traveler did not cheat on Cianova. He better not have been holding hands with a lot of ladies. Just kidding. I have a feeling he probably I believe he met Lita first, and I even wondered recently maybe he was looking across the dance first for his love and stuff, and that's when Savior Tears goes down. But I did wonder what if he was originally looking for Lita and Jack and ended up falling for her, but it was said by the lore master that he and Siha had met before Savior Tears, so there could be like a quite a big gap before any of the things. We all know what I'm saying, but just this is hard to word. Like, I think quite a big amount of time may have passed, but how much older is Jack than Wanderlust? Like, I thought maybe at least 4 or 5 years older. I did wonder, like, how Jack could save the day. I thought maybe he won't necessarily go to anyone for help. He may go to the Traveler for guidance or something, but he might want to face his mother on his own, which I really wanted to happen because, like, just needs to stick up for himself and save the ones he cares about. It would be good and healthy for him to do so. And learn to harness his cloning ability and face his mother. And I believe, like, because the Traveler is his dad, like, he is a lot more powerful than we think. Like, if you go back to If You Want to Party, like, he's the only one who seems to have the ability to take over Disco Ball, you know? Like Wanderlust can do stuff, but, well, and Sarah and Lita when they come into interaction with Disco Ball in the human world, but they can't really control Disco Ball. But, like, then Jack showing up on the screen in the back, and I was just like, does he have some power over that we don't really know yet? And back when Night Swan had taken over the Twitter before 2024's release, she had something interesting to say about her son when she posted this picture of him. My darling Jack, I've always had your attention. Pay no mind to your new friends. You can't change what you really are. I know your power and your weakness. So what could Jack's weaknesses be? Or a better question, who? I did wonder, like much of the... At that point when I wrote that theory, that I didn't fully think the Jack and Breziana shipping, but then I was just like, it's there, so possibly, but that could be a weakness, but I have a feeling it's more more metaphorical. I don't know. And I was like, what the heck does she mean what he really is? It's my guess that she's not really telling him how much power he really has. I love coming up with theories, and like I've been going back and forth on it with my boyfriend, and he thought maybe like Jack turning into like some kind of monster at some point, and then like at Night Swan's will or something, and having to fight against it. But I kind of doubt it. And I'm pretty sure he suggested the song "Monster" by Skillet would be fitting, but I don't know if they put that in Just Dance. Like, I'm not ruling it out, because like they put in Fall Out Boy and Green Day as of recently, but like I don't know if they go that hard. By keeping him away from his friends, he's preventing him from reaching his real potential or something, and temporarily weakening him by making him sad and heartbroken and all that stuff. And I want to punch her for doing that to her kid. But just, yeah, like he has a lot of power, and that he probably hasn't figured out for himself yet. And it's hard to remember every single theory. I wrote down so many that I have 2 full notebooks at this point. I am on my 3rd. That's got to be some kind of personal record. When I was like a couple of years ago, I was really excited for the release of Zombies 3 because yeah, those movies were my life, but I had a whole premiere party with my friends, and everything was like awesome. But months in advance, I kept 2 little theory notebooks. I have them right over there, and I had 2 full theory notebooks, and Zombies 3 release was a huge deal to me. But then now, with 2 thicker notebooks being used for my Just Dance lore and theory calculations and just information I find, I'm just like, I'm on my 3rd. That's pretty dang impressive. But another thing, when I started writing the script, I was very stuck on how things could play out for 2025 for a very long time, and started writing a fan fiction, and I haven't really poured as much as I wanted to in it, like, for a while. I was focusing on school, but just writing that whenever I could, and just, well, trying to focus on school, if you know me. But, until I noticed when I actually played 2024 myself, I had unlocked the avatar of Wanderlust. The Chosen One avatar. His avatar quote read, "What if I choose not to be chosen? Don't I get to say?" I remember just freaking gasping when I unlocked that. I was just like, what's up with that? He was born into that role. I'm imagining he had some pretty big shoes to fill with that kind of responsibility, but that had me thinking, what if something like this happens in 2025? After Jack not 2025, I keep forgetting it came out now, 2026, or maybe like a mid-season event if they do something like that. I keep forgetting, dang. Imagine this goes down. After Jack defeats his mother for good, saves his friends, Wanderlust goes back to his parents, and he's like, yeah, no, don't want to be the chosen one anymore. It's too hard, or like, I don't know how he's going to word it. He will likely blame himself for allowing Disco Ball to fall into the wrong hands. I imagine his parents would agree because they want him to be happy, but just then pass the title of Chosen One to none other than Jack Rose, because they're half brothers. It would make sense to go to him and just, yeah. And Jack would probably be like, "Huh, what? This is happening," but just he'd embrace it. He'd probably have stressful times, but I imagine he'd be good at the job, and yeah. I can totally picture Wanderlust deeming Jack to be the more worthy of the Chosen One title rather than himself. And be like, here you go, big bro. And it would make sense to pass the crown down to his brother or the title or something. This is just something I like to happen, but Wanderlust goes back to Sarah's and her world to live a normal life with her, and I'm just like, literally my children just like, I need that. And just I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't think so. But I'm hoping to do some TikToks soon in the girlfriend player one look. And yay. I need to get some more of this makeup. Look at this thing. Look at this mess. Yeah, it didn't turn out as well as I had hoped. And I'm just practicing my moody expressions, and like, this is the best I could do with the wig, but I'm just like, and she's just like, get away, dork. I had canon her name is Roxanne, but that's just me. She's adorable, so technically I'm living out a childhood dream right now. The outfit is fun. The skirt didn't turn out the I thought it would be darker than this when I ordered it, but just, oh dang, or other side. Wig cap, I hate these things. That's why I barely put wigs in pigtails, because you can see stuff, and I don't want that. I'm pleased with the white suit. I feel like a marshmallow. But what I really want to do is more cosplay looks. And one thing I was considering for the channel was to record myself playing The Sims of Just Dance characters, because like I've done that before with Just Dance characters in The Sims, but I want to show it, and that'd be freaking awesome. Okay. Sometime in the next little while, I hope to do some 2025 reviews, and we'll see what happens. And there was one more thing. I haven't figured it out yet, but I would love to record myself playing other games. Like, I really want to do Amanda the Adventurer 2. I've played the first one, but I have not recorded it. I need to figure out how to do it. I want to do it all with the room very dark, and I want to be all spooked. Thing, scratchy nose. But, yeah, I want to do the spooks. But I'm not really a huge gamer. Like, Just Dance is basically all I do on a regular basis. Then The Sims, but mostly when I'm bored. If you have any suggestions on what to do, you can leave them in comments. Like, first, I'm not sure about the layout. Like, I wasn't sure about one dance per review video. Like, what people stick around for that, but just, I think I should do like 3 at a time for a couple weeks, maybe. I want to start with some of my favorites. Like, there's some that I really am excited to review. And I can show some costumes that I do and just other fun stuff, because I'm really wanting to put in a lot of, like, the Just Dance stuff I'm very passionate about in this in this channel business. But thanks for watching. You can leave a comment on like things you'd like to see that are just Dance content created or inspired or something. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you next week for the starter reviews and other cool stuff. And peace out. Yeah. That was pretty good. What do you think? Yeah, I know the script sucked. Wait, can they hear me? Okay. I'm just acting. Bye.